Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Toy Story 3, featuring the voices of Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, Don Rickles, Wallace Shawn, and John Ratzenberger, and directed by Lee Unkrich. Now, I remember going to movie theaters for this, just like I did the first two, and this one, well, let's see how this goes. We start off with One-Eyed Bart, aka Mr. Potato Head, voiced by Don Rickles, and his wife, One-Eyed Betty, aka Mrs. Potato Head, rob a train until Woody, returning voice of Tom Hanks, Jesse, returning voice of Joan Cusack, and Bullseye try to stop them, and they almost get away with it. But with Buzz Lightyear's help, returning voice of Tim Allen, next thing you know, evil Dr. Porkchop, aka Ham, comes in, and Andy was playing with them that game like they were at the beginning, and I like that moment. Years later, Andy is 17 years old and is going to college, and every toy except Woody and Buzz take it very hysterically and poorly, and Woody brings up toys from previous movies like Bo Peep and Wheezy, and I was missing those guys, and we'll get Bo Peep next week based on what I saw in the trailer. And this scene is very sad, heartbreaking, because Andy is all grown up. Andy decides to keep Woody for college and throws Buzz and Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, Ham, Jesse, Bullseye, Rex, and Slinky in the attic, not in the trash. And the mother accidentally puts it outside with the garbage, and they, with Woody, go and get donated to Sunnyside Daycare, and the daycare looks nice until they meet Lotso, Big Baby, and Ken, voiced by Michael Keaton, who are terrible at putting up the age limit and put the gang in the preschool aged room. And Lotso smells like strawberries, which I liked. Big Baby just follows Lotso around and looks creepy. And Ken is in love with Barbie, who's with the gang, and Woody escapes while everyone is getting played with rather roughly. Which was funny because I liked that when I was in preschool, which brought me back to memories. And Woody gets back taken by a cute little girl named Bonnie and gives Woody better playtime than the preschoolers. And I really like these scenes because this movie brings back memories of when I was a kid. Buzz tries to reason with Lotso about joining him in the other room, but he accepts Buzz but not the others, and turns Buzz into a fighting machine and put them in imprisonment, as they see Andy was meant to put the gang in the attic and they need to get out of there but can't thanks to Lotso. They can't, and Barbie joins them after she sees them in prison, and Woody learns about Lotso's backstory by Chuckles. And Lotso had such a depressing story because his owner fell asleep on the park and left them behind and replaced Lotso, and that upsetted him. And that was very depressing for Lotso, Big Baby, and Chuckles. Woody comes back to Sunnyside to get his friends out of there and talks with the telephone and tells him, as a toy, let me say, and I'm calling him Telephone, and tells him to get rid of the monkey, and they plan a way out of there and comes up with clever ideas. For example, Mr. Potato Head goes to the sandbox and gets his parts and becomes Mr. Tortilla Man. Barbie asks Ken to go back to Ken's dream house. Woody and Slinky get rid of the monkey and tapes him up. Ham and Rex pick a fight with each other, and Barbie captures Ken and rips his clothes and gets Buzz's instruction manual and changes Buzz back to himself, but only speaking Spanish, which was pretty clever. After Ham and Rex trap him by Jesse, and all of that is very funny and clever, El Buzzo, that's Buzz in Spanish, gets the heart of Jesse and get into a way out until Lotso finds them, and Woody tells the truth about what happened to Lotso all those years ago, as they go into the trash truck, I should say, and to take the gang plus Lotso with them to the place, the trash and the fire, and Ken with them. Well, maybe Ken wasn't with them at the time, but and almost gets burned, but the aliens find the claw and saves everyone and goes back to Andy as Buzz, and who's back to normal. And Woody decides after they get back Andy's decides to take them to Bonnie, and Lotso swallows bugs on a truck, and Andy takes them to Bonnie. Was a sad but happy ending, and it was a satisfying ending until part 4. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 9.3 out of 10. This brought back memories of my childhood, as this is also very sad but very happy movie, but it's not quite as good as the first one, but it's second best, and this was a tear-jerking film. But we'll see how part 4 ends, but for now, I love this film. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, and I will be back next week for Toy Story 4, and until next time, you've got a friend in me.